OMG.
Hi guys, Joko here again. That song I just did is an original of mine called Lava Cake. It's the title track of the album that I'm going to release, and I used this baby in recording that song, the NUX MG400. So the MG400 is NUX's latest addition to the MG line, joining its little brother, the MG300, and their flagship modeler, the MG30. Little brother, big brother. The reason why I consider these guys as brothers is they basically share the same technology and construction design. So like its little brother, the MG400 uses the same white box amp modeling algorithm, or the TSAC-HD, which gives you very realistic and dynamic amp tones that you could really feel and not just hear. So just like the MG300, the MG400 will give you realistic amp and cab sounds that you'll enjoy for sure. Both the NUX MG300 and MG400 has the same number of guitar amp sims, 25 to be exact. My favorites would include the Fireman HPE, the Uber High Gain, the Brit 800, and the Twin Reverb. So yeah, you already have a wide variety of choices. The only amp sim that I miss here is the Vivo, or the 5150 model, which for now is only available on their flagship modeler, the MG30. But who knows, maybe we'll get it in the next firmware update. What I totally love about NUX is they never fail to include really cool additions like new amp sims, new cab sims, and effects through firmware updates. So just a reminder to all NUX users out there, follow the NUX page on Facebook and join the different NUX Facebook groups so you'll always be up to date with the latest announcements about firmware updates, as well as tips, tricks, and presets from the NUX users community. I placed the links in the description below so you wouldn't have a hard time searching for them. A big bonus that comes with the MG400 is this is also a pretty decent modeler for bass, unlike the MG300, which is limited to guitar use. The MG400 has one bass amp, which is based on the NUX MLD, or Melvin Lee Davis preamp, which is awesome, and it also has 8 bass cabs. So it pretty much has some of the capabilities of the MG30. Same number of bass cabs, but the flagship MG30 still has a lot more bass amp options. Impulse responses, or cab sims, I might say, is probably the most important aspect of your tone. The tonal characteristic of your sound is dependent on the frequency response of the impulses, and it affects the overall equalization of your guitar tone. With the MG400, you have access to 25 different guitar cabs with 4 different mic types in 3 different positions. You also have 8 additional cab sims for the MLD bass amp. With the MG400, you can set up your own library of impulse responses with 12 global IR slots that you can apply in all patches, while you can apply only 1 per patch with the MG300. You also have impulse responses of 3 different acoustic guitars if you need to have an acoustic guitar sound at your disposal. As for the effects, I guess it's already a given that the MG400 has a lot more effects options than its little brother, the MG300. So the MG400 definitely has more compressors, reverbs, delays, and dirt pedals than the MG300. But what I didn't expect was NUX actually loaded all of the effects available on the flagship MG30 on the MG400. It even has the touch wow, or the auto wow, which was just recently added to the MG30 via the latest firmware update. Both the MG300 and 400 budget modelers share the same basic design. The body is plastic, the hard, durable kind of course. The MG400 has a bigger LED screen, and yes, 2 more assignable foot switches. Yeah, that's 2 more than the MG300 and 1 more than the MG30. However, unlike the MG30, the MG400 doesn't have any external foot switch or expression pedal input, but you can already do a lot with 2 more control switches. And these switches come in handy because the MG400 has a scene application just like the MG30. So with the scene functionality on the MG400, you can have 3 snapshots within a preset. Yeah, each scene can turn on and turn off multiple blocks simultaneously. and it also has effects trails with a delay and reverb if you want to turn them both off. This is a really useful feature if you want to use the MG400 in live shows or gigs, and especially if you're traveling a lot and you want to downsize your luggage. The MG400's I/O is now upgraded. It now has left and right outputs for stereo and a separate TRS headphone jack for silent practice. The MG400 also moved to USB Type-C connectivity, while the MG300 still uses micro USB. USB-C is a huge upgrade because it transfers data faster. USB-C can transfer data from 5 gigabits per second to 10 gigabits per second, while micro USB only transfers from 480 megabits per second to 5 gigabits per second at maximum. I believe that with the faster data transfer speed, latency wouldn't be an issue if you're planning to use the MG400 as your main audio interface. So it's a really nice device to have with you in the studio. I can confidently say that the new NUX MG400 is one of the best budget modelers available on the market today. You don't have to take my word for it though. It's best to let your ears decide. NUX included some presets I made for the factory settings of the MG400, so do check out this video and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching guys, stay safe and keep pushing.